Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical. Let's get physical. Let me hear your body talk. Your body talk. Let me hear your body talk. So sorry about that, everyone. So let's go ahead and talk about this brand new show called 100 Physical. So this is a brand new show on Netflix for all you Korean, reality show lovers out there. If you're into fitness, physical challenges, fighting, manslaughter. Well, maybe not that last one, but if you're into all that, please consider checking out this brand new show because I watched the first two episodes and I'm hooked right now. And with Singles Inferno kind of probably not available until December for season 3. We're gonna go ahead and shift a little bit of focus over to 100 Physical 100, which also features one of the former Singles Inferno's cast, Cha Hyung Sun from season 1. So I'm gonna be rooting for him throughout the entire season. Hopefully you guys do as well. On Netflix right now, the first 2 episodes are out, and a little bit about the show right now. It's really about finding 100 people, putting them all in this one room, and having them compete in these like massive physical challenges to determine who's like the strongest one of the 100. And the prize for the winner is like 300 million Korean won or something like that, crazy. So there's a lot on the line right now, and they scoured the entire country for the best and the strongest, the fittest, the most flexible, the one that's good at taekwondo. They found literally every single person that they possibly could. Everyone on the show has a chance to win, and I think it's such a great idea. A lot of people have compared it to Squid Games, which I do see some comparisons. Obviously, no one's gonna die; they lose. But I think the only thing that will be hurt is mostly their ego. However, there are a few things I want to point out in the video as I go through it that things that I feel the show could improve on. And of course, this is just this pilot season, so a lot of changes will be coming probably for future years to come. This show is going to be a massive hit in my opinion. So if you haven't checked it out, please go onto Netflix, spend 2 hours and watch both episodes of Physical 100, and let's go ahead and start diving right into it. So in the very first scene, we see like all 100 people walk into this room of these kind of like structures, like these white sculptures of themselves, but it's just like their chest and like their arms somewhat cut off, so a little freaky. And they're supposed to stand next to their look-alike sculpture. And first thing I was thinking was like, especially for the first person that walks in, like how are you gonna identify your own body? I mean, everyone there's like pretty fit. Everyone there has 6 packs, 8 packs, big barrel chests, fit, boulder arms. And I'm like, how are you gonna find your own body aside from maybe this differentiate the men and the woman? There's like very little chance of me ever walking into a place and say, oh yeah, that's my body. If anything, I would just like walk up to like the best looking fit one. I'll be like, yep, that's me. Nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see here. So they had to do that first, and then as everyone's walking in, everyone's like, "Oh, I recognize that person. Oh, I saw him on YouTube this morning. I was watching his fitness videos, or I remember that person. He's like the strongest guy in the world. He's an arm wrestler or something like that. Everyone kind of recognized someone a little bit, and then there are other people where they're like, who is that guy? Like there was like a little boy who walked in at one point, and he's like wearing a school outfit. So they really wear like certain uniforms as well, by the way. So the boy ended up knowing like Taekwondo, but he's only like 18 years old. So everyone, all these like massive men were like looking around like, what kind of physical challenge is this gonna be? So it's really, really crazy. And then once the game actually starts, the first challenge is they have to be suspended in this like massive, like it's pretty much just a massive pull-up bar. So everyone has to get on the pull-up bar and hang on the bar for as long as they possibly can, which is simple enough. And if they fall into like this water, which for some reason is steaming, so it makes me think the water is like heated, I'm guessing, like a hot tub, which sounds kind of nice. If you do fall, everyone stayed in the water after they fell too, so I'm guessing it was pretty warm. So the reward for winning this first challenge isn't to get to the next round. This is just a preliminary one to decide who gets ranked in what slot from number 1 to number 100. And the winner apparently gets this quote unquote like big surprise. And it's supposed to benefit them in winning the next game. So they break it up into two different sections because I don't think they could build a pull-up bar that's strong enough to hold 100 of these bodybuilders or these physical people. So they split up into two separate groups, and then the first group went, which I think the first group is actually way more exciting than the second group. For some reason, I was just like really invested, and they spent a lot more camera time on the first group as well. And I think ultimately it came down to like a gymnast and someone from UDT. And UDT, for the Singles Inferno people, is the same organization. I think it's like some sort of Korean army or something that Jin Young was in. And so he was like a drill instructor or whatever, who ended up winning. He was like massive forearms, just didn't seem like he was struggling at all. So, and he didn't seem like he weighed that little either. So I was really impressed by him. And he outlasted a bunch of other people that were in the same weight class. The gymnast, of course, did well as well because of having the background of being able to, hang off bars and stuff like that. So the UDT person was the first winner. And then in the second group, which I think Cha Hung-sun was in that group, but he fell and unfortunately didn't even make it close to winning. It was ultimately won by a mountain climber, which also makes sense because you would think like mountain climbers are very used to kind of having strong grip strength and the ability to kind of hang from high places. So that totally makes sense to me too. And he actually ended up having a longer time hanging on the bar than the winner from the first group, the UDT guy. So the mountain climber ended up being number one. And the prize, it was revealed that the prize would be, you can choose who you want to face in a one-on-one challenge next round. And that one-on-one challenge can be done in two different maps. Map A is one where is really spacious, a lot of like weird, like jungle gym looking things. So it seemed like it's more for someone that has like a lot of speed, agility, flexibility. And then the second one seemed like it's more just brute strength. It's just really like a water pit, similar to the one that's in Singles Inferno, if you guys remember, the one that Jong Woo won, where they're just in the water and they're surrounded by all these like sandbags. So the purpose of the games is to determine, who can hold on to this ball last after like a couple of minutes. I forget how long it was. And if you can hold on to the ball last, you win. That's pretty much it. And if no one holds on to the ball at all, when the time runs out, they'll have a 1 minute sudden death to determine a winner. So the number one guy gets to choose not only the person they want to face first, but also the map they want to choose, because that's a huge advantage. I think more so even the map than the person, because the map can kind of dictate the style that suits you the best. There's so many different types of bodybuilders and physical fitness people, karate experts, firefighters, farmers, cheerleaders, taekwondo experts, baseball players, and then just a bunch of random people that you definitely want to have the advantage, the home field advantage of knowing what you want to do and what type of physical activity you're signing yourself up for. So they all get signed up. They all pick their people. I think some of the guys actually end up picking girls, which I thought was really odd. I was really shocked that they would even allow that, but I'm also really genuinely curious at the same point. So I'm really excited. None of the men-women intergender matches happen in the first two episodes. So we have to wait for episode 3, which the preview is out. So if you haven't checked Swoon, which I really love that YouTube channel, they always give out really good previews for all these Netflix shows. So check out Swoon for the episode 3 preview if you guys haven't seen it yet. And so Cha Hyung-sun is the first person to go. So obviously the guy from Singles Inferno, everyone knows him as just some sort of dancer. So he was picked first by someone voluntarily because they felt like he had a smaller frame. I think it was the farmer. This farmer is like really like massive, like I'm talking like Brock Lesnar, like massive. And he said he built it all from just farming and not actually like lifting weights, which I think that was really impressive. So Cha Hyung-sun and the farmer ends up like grappling for like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, and then no one ends up winning. So they have to go into sudden death, and then I think they start wrestling again, and then like it was like 20 seconds ago, Cha Hyung-sun ended up like just grabbing to the ball and hold on to it forever, and then the farmer like was like, trying to drown him almost. Oh well, I don't think he was trying to hurt him or anything, but Cha Hyung-sun ended up winning, so I was really happy. He's moving on to the next round. After that round, it's going to be cut down to 50 people, so he'll have a pretty decent shot of going even further, in my opinion. And then the funnest match I saw was the one with the arm wrestler. If you guys if you guys have seen it, it's the arm wrestler that walked in with the LeBron James jersey. He's so funny, and I really want him to go farther. And he's so barrel chested, and he just looks like a big tortoise. So I'm just gonna call him Tortoise for the rest of this video. And he gets matched up with, I think, like a Olympian. I don't know, I forget what sport he played in, but he just like super fit, muscular, looks super fast. He looks like just like the perfect body. But he signed up for the turtle guy. Yeah, he picked the turtle guy. He said he picked the A map because he knew the A map involved speed, and of course you're gonna beat a turtle on speed, right? So they ended up shooting out the gate, and the Olympian, you know, of course, way faster, grabs the ball and then accidentally just slips right off his fingertips, and then the turtle guy just picks it up and then walks with so much confidence off to the corner, drops the ball there, and then just gets into like the 4 point stance like a football center and says, "Come get it." So at that point, the Olympian just had no choice. He kept on trying to pester the little tortoise guy, and then ultimately he ended up tiring the tortoise guy out. Was able to kind of grapple with him on the floor, poked the ball away, ripped it apart, and then just hovered on top of it for the remaining of the match, and the Olympian ended up winning. So essentially, that's going to be the first 2 episodes. I think the third episode will probably feature a lot more of these one-on-one matches because we only saw about 3 or 4 of them. I did go ahead and watch back the second episode and saw that I think they usually have 2 matches simultaneously. 2 wrestlers fighting in map A and map B simultaneously, and they're not going to show us every single fight. It will take way too long. So I'll be interested to see how they're going to arrange episode 3 and 4 to kind of showcase more of the fighting, but also to keep the show going. So far, I will give this my pen 7 out of 7 thumbs up for the first 2 episodes. I'm very intrigued so far, and I'm very excited to watch episode 3 and 4. So if you guys have already seen it, let me know in the comment section what you guys think so far about the show. And if you enjoy more of this, like Singles Inferno, Physical 100 crossover, please consider dropping a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Let's get physical. I wanna get physical. Let's get physical. Let me hear your body talk. This doesn't seem too hard. Only 15 more minutes.